Today, we are happy to welcome to Cedefop 3 members of the European Parliament who are also members of the Committee on Employment and Social Affairs to which Cedefop reports. They are Dennis Radtke from Germany, Loucas Fourlas from Cyprus, and Stelios Kympouropoulos from our host country, Greece. Thank you all for joining us. Let me start with Mr. Fourlas. As earlier this year, you were the European Parliament's rapporteur for Commission's proposal for a European Year of Skills. Now that the year is in full swing, what do you think its impact is on policy making? And do you feel social partners are on board for the skills revolution that so many believe is necessary?
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για την πρόσκληση. Να ξεκινήσω από το τελευταίο σκέλος της ερώτησης, να πω ότι δώσαμε μια πολύ μεγάλη μάχη στην σύνταξη της έκθεσης για τη συμπερίληψη όλων των κοινωνικών εταίρων σε αυτή την προσπάθεια. Νιώσαμε ότι είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό να υπάρχουν σε αυτή την προσπάθεια, να είναι στο καράβι και οι εργοδότες και οι συντεχνίες και όλοι οι κοινωνικοί εταίροι, διότι η εμπειρογνωμοσύνη που μπορούσαν να μας δώσουν ήταν πάρα πολύ σημαντική. Χωρίς τη βοήθειά τους, πιστεύω ότι δεν μπορεί να λειτουργήσει το έτος δεξιοτήτων και αυτό που είχαμε κατά νου, να βοηθήσουμε τον κόσμο και τους εργαζομένους να πάνε στην επόμενη φάση της μετάβασης, αντιμετωπίζοντας τις μεγάλες προκλήσεις που έχουμε ενώπιόν μας. Ρωτήσατε αν αυτό το έτος δεξιοτήτων μπορεί να έχει κάποιο αντίκτυπο στην όλη πολιτική. Οφείλει να έχει. Και η πολιτική οφείλει να μάθει από το έτος δεξιοτήτων. Αν δεν συνυπάρξουν τα δύο, δεν μπορεί να λειτουργήσει. Το έτος δεξιοτήτων είναι μια πολύ μεγάλη πρόκληση που αφορά το μέλλον μας, το μέλλον των νέων ανθρώπων, που αν δεν ανταποκριθούμε, δεν θα τους δώσουμε τις δεξιότητες για να μπορούν να αντιμετωπίσουν τις προκλήσεις της πράσινης ψηφιακής μετάβασης που είναι ενώπιον μας. Είναι μια μεγάλη προσπάθεια που αποτελεί ένα μεγάλο στίχημα για την Ευρωπαϊκή Ένωση. Το ότι ήμουν εισηγητής σε αυτή την έκθεση και αυτό το μεγάλο ευρωπαϊκό project ήταν μια πρόκληση και για μένα προσωπικά και για την Κύπρο, μια μικρή χώρα, μέλος της Ευρωπαϊκής Ένωσης, αλλά και για την Επιτροπή μας, την Επιτροπή Εργασίας του Ευρωκοινοβουλίου, και χαίρομαι διότι με τους συναδέλφους είχαμε μια πολύ επικοδομητική συνεργασία. Αυτό λοιπόν που λέω ως κλείσιμο είναι ότι πρέπει να δουλέψει. Το έτος δεξιοτήτων είναι στα μισά. Μέχρι το τέλος αυτής της προσπάθειας θα πρέπει να έχουμε ορατά αποτελέσματα που θα δώσουν την ευκαιρία σε εκατομμύρια ανθρώπους να έχουν καλύτερη πρόσβαση στην εργασία, καλύτερη μισθοδοσία και ένα καλύτερο μέλλον.
Thank you. Mr. Kympouropoulos, now the European Year of Skills promotes lifelong learning, which is a big part of Cedefop's work in skills. How can the Parliament, and in particular the Committee on Employment and Social Affairs, ensure that EU citizens can continuously adapt or even reinvent their skills to be competitive in a constantly changing labour market?
Thank you very much for the invitation and for these discussions. I think that you're asking me one of the main challenges of our times, and Europe can only grasp opportunities. Technology presents us with, if people continue updating their skill set. And in fact, we are doing our utmost in the Parliament in order to address it. And we have adopted a very ambitious report on European skills agenda, but also, as we discussed before, European Year of Skills. So I believe that we have clearly underlined that this can only be achieved with not only European but national changing of curricula, but also the VET programs. I believe that during our reports, during our resolutions, not only in the Ample Committee, but also in the plenary, we need to address again and again that all the funds that we give during our in the committee, it needs to get more these directions in Erasmus, in Digital Europe, but also in cohesion policy instruments. And this is an opportunity with RRF funds to give more attention on the issue that we want to update and reskilling and upskilling our citizens. Our voice, our reports, and I think not only specifically but also in general we give the direction and we address that we need in a world that changes a lot. We need to give the opportunity on Europe to be on the front line.
Thank you. Last but not least, Mr. Radtke, Cedefop's research suggests that the European Year of Skills should serve as a jumping board for a decade devoted to skills development. Looking beyond the year, what are in your view the policies that the EU should put in place to enable a skills revolution for a fair and inclusive green and digital transition?
I think a revolution is really the correct term to use, because this is what we need. We are facing the green transition of our economy, and of course, on the one hand, it is creating a lot of opportunities, but on the other hand, it is creating also a lot of challenges, and that is why the European Union has set itself some ambitious targets. So every employee, every worker within the European Union, 60% of them should attend a training in a year. And this is necessary to achieve our employment goals of 78% in the year 2030. And I think to ensure this, we need, on the one hand, of course, a close monitoring of the process. It is member state competence, so we have to monitor what the member states are doing. I think we also need a very close or intense involvement of social partners, because I think in some areas we need a change of mentality. So when we want to achieve these training goals for workers, of course, this shouldn't be only an aim for young workers. We also need trainings for elderly people. We have to ensure that we have the possibility to keep also elderly workers in the process when the change is taking place. And I think in some areas we need that change of mentality, because you have discussions. Oh well, he's 59, he's 58. Why investing in training? He's so close to retirement. So, and this is a wrong mentality. So I think involvement of social partners could really help in this change of mentality we need.
And the question for you all, what are you taking home from your visit to Cedefop?
Well, what I'm taking home, I think there are two things. Of course, it was also very important for me as an MEP from the EMPA committee to hear from the staff, from the management board here about the challenges for the work of the agencies. I think this is very important for us as MEPs because we have an interest that the agencies are doing their work and that they can carry on with high quality work. And so it's good to hear from me what can we do as an MEP to ensure that this is taking place in the future. And the second thing I'm taking back home is a lot of input here from the Cedefop experts, and especially for me of big interest is a view on the future of micro-credentials, because I think this is a very important tool when we are talking about formerly low-skilled workers to skill them up. So these are two important things I'm taking back home to Germany.
And micro-credentials is one of the areas that Cedefop is focusing on currently. Mr. Fourlas.
Αυτό που παίρνω εγώ είναι τον επαγγελματισμό των ανθρώπων που κάνουν αυτό που εμείς είχαμε ως όραμα να λειτουργήσει και το κάνουν με έναν τρόπο πολύ συγκεκριμένο. Και το δεύτερο πιο σημαντικό είναι ότι θα πρέπει να βοηθήσουμε στο Ευρωπαϊκό Κοινοβούλιο αυτόν τον οργανισμό για να φέρει πέρα στο έργο του με όποιο τρόπο μπορούμε. Και έχουμε ακούσει συγκεκριμένα παραδείγματα, συγκεκριμένες εισηγήσεις και θα τις υλοποιήσουμε πηγαίνοντας στο Ευρωκοινοβούλιο. Χρειάζονται περισσότερα χρήματα για να λειτουργήσει αυτή η προσπάθεια. Αυτό είναι δεδομένο.
And Mr. Kympouropoulos?
I totally agree with Loucas. When we're asking for good jobs, Cedefop, but also other agencies that their main focus is on working environment and how we can implement good works. I think that we need to support them, and we need to create a safe environment in order to make their work, their job. And so, yes, we need to ask for more funds in order to have a properly working environment. But also, what I'm taking back to Parliament environment is that we need the VET SIM to be combined with originally and regular education for all levels, and not only for young but also the adults on any level, because we are we live in an era that it's very fast evolutionary, and we need every day to challenge ourselves. So we need to see how in a national competence, how we can change our educational systems.
Thank you all very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.